Jose with Buckhorn Lawn Service, coming to you tonight with part 2B of the So You Want to Start a Lawn Service Business. Part 2B, what we're going to talk about is setting up your equipment core. Now this is for you guys out there who have decided that what you want to do is pretty much the same as me, and that is mowing lawns. I've got my computer here with me just to kind of help me out so I can go over a few things. Things like where you're going to buy at, and if you're going to buy used or new. I will kind of leave that up to you. That is a personal preference. Me personally, I have tried to actually buy everything new if possible. Alright, there's been one or two pieces of equipment that I bought used, and over the long run I actually ended up getting rid of those machines first before anything else. The core piece of equipment that you're going to be using is the lawnmower. Alright, so this is not an item you really want to skimp on, but I understand if you're on a shoestring budget starting out, like I've already said, you got to get something good but that is not going to hurt your wallet. Alright, so my recommendation, and actually I did use this, is a Troy-Bilt lawnmower, and I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for that, alright, but this is what I use, and I gotta tell you something, I really regret selling this lawnmower last year. It was actually a really awesome piece of machinery. The one I'm going to recommend specifically is the Troy-Bilt TB160 XP push lawnmower, okay? This does not have a self-propelled drive on it, alright? But here's what I love about it, okay? It's super lightweight. Looking back on it, this was the easiest machine that I could get off and put back on to the truck. Okay, this was back when I carried everything in the bed of my truck. And I'll tell you what, that weight savings, it's phenomenal. It's a godsend, alright? This little guy, I think he weighs about 69 or 70 pounds, somewhere right around that mark, okay? When I graduated up to a mower that was more powerful and bigger and better, whatever you want to say, that machine I think was about somewhere from 100 to 110 pounds. Let me tell you, taking that thing off and putting it back onto the truck without ramps was a serious pain. Not something you want to be doing all day long, okay? Much better to get this little lightweight guy down from the vehicle and then to put it back in when you're done, alright? Let me go over a few of the tech specs that I kind of do recommend. Number one, it comes with a Honda engine. It comes with a 160cc Honda engine. I cannot really recommend a mower with less than 160cc engine power to it, alright? Yes, it's a 21-inch mower. This mower I know comes with the side discharge chute. It does mulch, and it also comes with a grass catcher bag, okay, in case you want to bag the clippings. I don't really recommend that, but I mean, if some customer wants it and you're going to charge extra for it, okay, go ahead. Something that's different, in my opinion, about the Troy-Bilts is their deck height measurements. They start from 1 1/4 inch up to 3 3/4 inch. Something like my Toro Time Master goes from 1 inch to 4 inch, so it goes 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, etc., etc. The Troy-Bilts, all of them pretty much, they, like I said, it starts weird. 1 1/4, 1 3/4, 2 1/4, 2 3/4, and so on and so forth. Really, I think that's actually kind of a good way to cut the grass. Normally I do cut everyone at a 2-inch, but I think I would feel a little more comfortable cutting everyone at about a 2 1/4. Now obviously if I go into a St. Aug lawn, I'm really going to cut probably about 3, maybe 3.5 inch, okay? If I had the Troy-Bilt though, that would actually be perfect because I would be able to cut at 3 1/4, and I know it's going to be high enough that I can get the mower through without probably bogging it down, hopefully, if it's not too overgrown. Another good thing about it is actually the price. If we go over to Home Depot's website, they do carry this mower. The price is showing $289.99, and of course you can have it either shipped to store or even shipped directly to you. But for that amount of money, if you are pretty dedicated to this, you can make that in a single weekend, maybe even a single day, and have that mower paid off and you're good to go. Don't go into debt doing this. buy everything cash or use what you have already. I actually broke into my business with an existing lawnmower. All right, I had a very old, I think it was 11 years old, Craftsman lawnmower, 21 inch with a Honda engine, and it was front wheel drive. Not really the best lawnmower and not very well taken care of, but that's what kind of got me into business for at least maybe the first couple of weeks. Then I got this guy and things really improved after that. The two other big items that you're going to need. You're definitely going to need a string trimmer because you're going to want to weed eat, and you can probably edge with the string trimmer too, depending on your skill. I have confidence in you. I think you can do it. And then the other thing is also going to be a blower. I know I said don't go into debt, but maybe you can get away with this. So long as you have good discipline with a credit card and that you are getting business and you use that money to basically invest back into yourself, all right? When you first start into this job, you're not going to be making money hand over fist, all right? You're going to make some money, but that money does need to be invested back into your business, all right? You have equipment, you have maintenance costs, you have fuel costs. I would recommend probably a combo kit from Echo. Two types. They have the 225 VP, which is your power head with the string trimmer attachment and the stick edger attachment. It depends if you want a stick edge or not. If you're gonna edge with your string trimmer, I might recommend the other combo kit, and that is the power attachment system, the 225 VPB. Alright, that comes with your string trimmer attachment again, and it does come with a blower which attaches to the power head. You can make do probably with residential equipment, okay? Residential grade. I did residential grade for the longest time before going commercial grade. In fact, this year really is the first time I started putting commercial grade equipment out into service. All the 2 years before I was running residential grade and I made it just fine. I know there's guys out there who are probably gonna torch me and say no, you can't be running residential grade, okay? Yes, I understand that, I know, and go commercial grade as soon as you can afford it. But residential grade, starting out, if you're not having that many lawns to do, you should be okay, alright? Now, going back to this, it's a good setup. I think it's great. As long as you're doing, small yards or even medium yards, residential, just front and backyard, in all the little cookie cutter neighborhoods around you. Work hard, save that money, invest it back into your business, slowly upgrade things over time. The other thing you've got to do is that you've really got to stay on top of the maintenance of your equipment. If you are mowing mini lawns, you're probably going to want to get your blade sharpened every week, maybe every other week. I more encourage every week just to make sure you're cutting the grass correctly. A sharp blade is definitely going to be best for your customers. If you get the combo kit, make sure you're doing the maintenance intervals for that power head, okay? Keep all the stuff clean. Make sure that the caps are on the attachments, don't leave them uncapped. Again, going back and saying that residential grade can't cut it, it did for me, but I took care of my stuff, alright? I did the oil changes every time when I was supposed to. I occasionally ran some seafoam through the fuel tank just to make sure that the carburetor and all the engine inside was getting cleaned out and that the ICE was going to run correctly. Never had an issue with anything. The only time I ever had an issue with equipment was with a very, very old Toro Super Recycler that I purchased used from a person off Craigslist. And that thing ended up, it was a great mower, but it was a big piece of junk in that I had to invest a lot of money getting it back up into par. And then I ended up selling it later on, barely breaking even with it for the amount of lawns I did with it. That's why you gotta be real careful, and that's kind of why I sort of recommend / encourage buying new. So that's all I really have for this segment of building your equipment core, alright? Now you've got your business core, you've got your equipment core, and you were also already working on the first step as well. You've already branded yourself. We'll talk part 3 in the next video. Just stay tuned, and I'll see you soon.